When action silences assumption, when action silences assumption, they doubted him, laughed at him, and dismissed him until he acted. Hello, my name is Ana Maria Tudor, and I have this word for you to encourage you and to see more from the glory of God that will change you from the inside out. So, action shatters assumptions. People may have opinions about who you are, but when they witness you moving with purpose in your destiny towards the goal that God gave you, everything changes. And in 1 Samuel 17, we have the example of David. We see this clearly in his story. Eliab, David's old brother, accused him of pride and bad intentions. I know your pride and the wickedness of your heart. You came down just to watch the battle. Verse 28. King Saul dismissed David's ability. You cannot go against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a youth, and he has been a warrior from his youth. He has been a warrior from his youth. This reminded me of in the story of Job, when the man that was sent by God to talk to Job, and he said he was younger than the others, and he said that he waited for the others because they were older. And the thing was that he thought they had more wisdom because they were older. But the bottom line is that the Holy Spirit brings the real wisdom, brings the leading of God. It's about the Holy Spirit, not about the age. So it doesn't matter. It didn't matter that this warrior was warrior from his youth, and it didn't matter in the eyes of David either. But we were at this point where people from the outside were giving their assumptions about David. So we had someone close to David, his older brother. Then we had the King Saul, who dismissed his ability to fight and win with him. And then we have Goliath, who ridiculed him and said, actually, when he looked at David, he despised him, for he was only a youth, ruddy and good looking. Like in his eyes, he was just a little boy. And he was laughing about that, like, you have no chance against me. But once David stepped in action, and by the way, he did that because it was about the name of the Lord. It was about the fact that this Philistine spoke bad words about the army of the Lord, Israel being the people of God. So with that in his mind, heart, and spirit, and with his experience, David had the experience of protecting his sheep. This put together, and also together with the destiny that God has put in his heart, made him to act, draw him into action. And once David stepped into action, fueled by faith and purpose, as I said, the tone changed. Everything changed. Like at the end, after the Philistine was dead, Saul asked, whose son is this young man up there? Whose son is this one? He was asking the one who was leading the army. Then again he said, find out whose son this young man is. Whose son this young man is. verse 55 and 56. And see, after everything was done and the fight was won, Eliab, the older brother, we don't hear anything about him. Saul asked, whose son is this? And Goliath of course, he was dead. So his death was speaking about David, like about who he really was. So from you can't to who is he, David's action rewrote the narrative. So actually this was the perspective in the eyes of the king of Israel. You can't fight this Philistine because you are just a young boy. This evolved to who is he? Who is he? And yeah, just keep walking towards what God called you to do. And let them talk, let them laugh, let them do their thing, because God has the ultimate word on your life. Blessings.